think most parents always share one massive desire, and that's to give your children the best possible start in life. Unfortunately, today's rates of chronic health conditions are affecting our children immensely, from allergies and asthma to ADHD and autism. Is there anything we can start doing now to support our children's development and health before they're even born? Keep watching this video to find the biggest overlooked step when it comes to prenatal care. This information is specifically for expecting parents and those planning to conceive who want to take a proactive approach to their baby's health and development, particularly those concerned about the rising rates of developmental and chronic health challenges in children. We're going to explore the crucial role of the nervous system in your baby's development and how understanding this connection can help you make informed decisions about your pregnancy journey. You'll learn about the concept of the perfect storm and practical steps you can take to support your baby's optimal development. At TLC, so many moms come in with a very similar story. They had fertility challenges, and then once they were pregnant, had a super stressful pregnancy. Then when they thought they were finally at their finish line, their birth did not go to plan, and they required induction, an epidural, or even forceps, vacuum extraction, or C-section. Their brand new baby is now colicky, struggles with digestion, has poor latch, and never sleeps. Then later on in childhood, they were diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, or even depression. It is this very similar cascade of events that we call the perfect storm. So how did we get here? Let's look at some perinatal statistics. The first is that the US is first in emergency care, but last in maternal and infant mortality rates of over 50 developed nations, and that's despite spending over $50 billion on childbirth each year. The US fertility clinic services market was valued at $7.9 billion in 2022 and is projected to more than double, reaching $16.8 billion by 2028. Over 30% of women are induced, and 70 to 75% of women receive an epidural. 1 in 3 American women undergo cesarean or C-section, despite the World Health Organization recommending a rate of 10 to 15% at most when absolutely medically necessary. About 1 in 7 women experience postpartum depression. Now, obviously, we can't control everything that happens during and surrounding birth, and some scenarios really are emergencies. But what can moms do to help themselves and baby best adapt to any stressors during pregnancy and birth? Many think that hormones are the answer, but let's take a step back and talk about what controls every other system in the body, the nervous system. The nervous system is the foundation for growing healthy babies. A quick academic description of the nervous system. It has 2 main parts. First, the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord. And second, the peripheral nervous system, which includes all of the nerves running from our brain and spinal cord to every other organ, muscle, and cell in our body. Our peripheral nervous system is further divided into our somatic nervous system, which is under our voluntary control, so we're able to walk, jump, sing, and dance when we want. And the autonomic or automatic nervous system, which impacts functions that we have no voluntary control over, such as our blood pressure, our heart rate, and digestion. Then we break the autonomic nervous system down into 2 more branches. First, the sympathetic nervous system. This is described most often as our fight or flight response. It activates in times of stress or perceived danger. It prepares the body for action by increasing heart rate, blood pressure, and muscle tension. Second, the parasympathetic nervous system is our rest, regulate, and digest response. It promotes relaxation, healing, and restoration by slowing heart rate, enhancing digestion, and supporting immune function. In a healthy individual, both sides work together, allowing the body to respond appropriately to different situations. When the nervous system isn't balanced, it can lead to a state of chronic stress and nervous system dysregulation. Remember that 2 common story that we mentioned earlier? This cascade of events, or the perfect storm, leads to a dysregulated nervous system. Nervous system dysregulation can lead to many hormonal imbalances, such as painful menstrual cycles, fertility struggles, and irregularity. This is because when the body is stuck in a state of chronic stress with an overactive sympathetic nervous system and underactive parasympathetic nervous system, it can disrupt the hormonal balance necessary for conception and healthy fetal development. This is where the concept of the HPA, or hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, versus the HPG, hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, come into play. The HPA axis is activated in times of stress, releasing cortisol and other stress hormones that can interfere with reproductive function. The HPG axis, on the other hand, is responsible for the production of reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. When the body is in a state of chronic stress, the HPA axis can override the HPG axis, making it more difficult to conceive and maintain a healthy pregnancy. Both pathways are super important, and one isn't greater than the other. But our bodies have to know when HPA is needed to react appropriately in stressful situations and when we should be in a rest and digest state instead. The problem really occurs when our bodies are stuck in fight or flight, when a bear isn't necessarily chasing us. So how do the HPA and HPG axes affect baby during pregnancy? The umbilical cord serves not only as a pathway for nutrients and oxygen, but also as a power cord that connects the mother's nervous system to babies. This means that the developing baby also feels any stress or emotional challenges experienced by the mother during pregnancy. Mom's nervous system is sending a blueprint through the umbilical cord for baby's nervous system to learn from. High levels of maternal stress can alter fetal neurodevelopment and lead to various health challenges later in life due to epigenetic changes. When a mother experiences chronic stress, her sympathetic nervous system is constantly activated, and this stress is transmitted to the growing baby. Let's talk about our baby's growing nervous system in utero. In our first trimester, this includes weeks 1 through 12. As early as week 3, baby's nervous system begins to form. Weeks 5 through 8, the major organs are developing. And week 6, the sympathetic nerves, later involved in social development, begin to form. Then in second trimester, weeks 13 to 16, bones and muscles develop. Week 17, our cerebellum begins to form, which is majorly involved in all motor coordination. Week 26, the vagus nerve myelination occurs, which basically means insulation around the nerve. Third trimester, weeks 29 to 32, the immune system develops, including maternal antibodies crossing the placenta and innate immune cells form. Weeks 33 to 36, there's rapid brain development. And week 37, the autonomic nervous system fully develops. At week 40, vagus nerve and immune system mature. Now that we are thoroughly educated on development, let's talk about potential side effects of nervous system dysregulation, subluxation, and dysautonomia during pregnancy. Hormonal imbalances and fertility challenges, heightened stress response and difficulty relaxing, impaired blood flow to the placenta, suboptimal fetal positioning such as breech or transverse, increased risk of complications during labor and delivery. Again, obviously we can't control everything, but we can set our bodies up to be the most educated, resilient, and adaptable to anything that is thrown our way. During preconception and pregnancy, we have the power to create an environment that supports baby's development from the very beginning. One of the most important steps you can take is to educate yourself and prepare for the journey ahead. Start by prioritizing preconception care for both partners. Optimize your physical, mental, and emotional health through proper nutrition, exercise, stress management, and nervous system support. By laying a strong foundation before conception, you can increase your chances of a healthy pregnancy and a thriving baby. Additionally, surround yourself with a supportive birth team and environment. Choose healthcare providers who align with your values and priorities and who will empower you to make informed decisions about your care. Consider working with a midwife, doula, pelvic floor physical therapist, or an IBCLC alongside your prenatal chiropractor, as well as other birth professionals who can provide guidance and advocacy throughout the process. Now that we've talked through all of these amazing things, I hope that you can truly see the impact that we can make on our growing babies. How cool is it that by focusing on our nervous system development, we have the ability to affect our growing baby's nervous system and development even before they're conceived? The foundation of nervous system health starts with neurologically focused chiropractic care, which offers specific benefits such as improved nervous system function for both mom and baby, reduced stress, enhanced immune function, and optimal fetal positioning. Let's start by seeing what you and your partner's nervous system look like. At Trinity Life Center, we test this through technology called neurological insight scans. They are non-invasive and show us how your nervous system is functioning and where it may need some extra support. From there, since all nervous systems are unique, you will receive a customized care plan that is tailored to exactly what your nervous system needs to heal and be ready to grow that healthy baby, or just be your healthiest self. So don't just wait until after your baby arrives to think about their neurological health. Contact us today to learn more about how we can support you in giving your baby the strongest possible foundation for their start to life. Visit the link in our bio for more information and share this video with a friend who needs it.